is going on, my silly gaggle of geese? It's come to my attention that I've done a couple of reviews of the E30. One, how much I spent money on it, or how much money I spent on it. If you didn't see that, I'm gonna go ahead and link it right here somewhere on this corner. And I've done a couple of build videos, preparation of the RX-7 brakes. I didn't record when I got it dynoed, or tuned, sorry. So I figured, well, today's a beautiful day. It also happens to be the day off. Why not get some videos going? Today, I'm gonna be actually driving the E30. So anybody who has an interest in a turbo E30 can actually get inspired by this, hopefully, maybe so. The E30 is, I believe, at a tip-top shape at the moment. Finished up the surge tank, got everything dialed in. I found more boost leaks and more vacuum leaks, and if you don't have a smoke tester, get you one. They're like 80-90 bucks in eBay. That's the one that I have, and I absolutely abuse it, but I love it because it just performs really well, and it has helped me get the cars on the road. Anyways, without further ado, let's go look at the E30. Super quick breakdown of the E30. This is going to be a 1987 BMW 325e. It started life as an E car, and it now has an I motor on it, which is an M20B25. It's being paired up here with a Mag Speeding Rods GT3582 ripoff. It does have a 272/72 rear grind cam from Ireland Engineering. Since the last time I did anything video related to the E30, I have since moved away from our eBay. Yeah, I know, terrible taping job, but I've since moved away from the eBay wastegate. I am now running a tile wastegate with a 7-pound spring, although it's giving me 6.5 pounds-ish. And after that, I did remove the eBay blow-off valve, and I now have an actual tile blow-off valve with a 7-pound spring on there. Laying the rubber on the road is going to be our Neferin Nexen R Sport R tires. These are really good, recommend them. Take a while to get hot, but they get hot eventually, and they grip really nice on some XXR 4100 or 4-lug universal wheels. These guys are 9.75 wide, 17-inch. Underneath, we got our Mazda RX-7. I believe it's Turbo 2 calipers. Quick synopsis up here, or a quick breakdown. Just BC coilover. Fairly obvious Rocket Bunny kit. Living over at the end of the E30 is a trash can where it belongs. Fuel cell. From the fuel cell, we have a nice eBay Kyosar surge tank with a 340 liter per hour AEM 885 compatible fuel pump. That's going to be concluding our super quick breakdown of what the E30 has. If you want something more in depth, again, I do have this linked right here for the last video budget breakdown, which I go a little bit more into detail. Not the craziest detail, but yeah, that's the E30. And before I go any further, this is my sponsor right here, Denver Beer and Oil. Chris has been my sponsor and my homie for the last couple of years. Ever since I started building E30s and looking into E30s, Chris has been my #1 go-to guy for parts. Anything BMW, especially the older the better, Chris has got your back. And not only in the parts department, Chris is very knowledgeable when it comes down to old BMWs. You can ask him almost absolutely anything you want to know about E30s. The man is very knowledgeable, and if he doesn't know, he will figure it out for you. So if you need any parts, if you need any advice, if you need any knowledge, please hit up Chris. He is 100% my recommendation, and I do the sponsor section not because he tells me to or not because we have some sort of agreement. It's because I 100% believe in what he has to offer. There she is. Now, one of the first things you will notice is that the car is very, very loud. It's because it's living basically on an open downpipe. Let's get going. GoPro's set up, got the Insta360 going. She sounds very lively, so let's get on the road. So first thing is that it's a very mechanical feeling to the E30. The steering isn't as responsive as it used to be back in its heyday. It's not a perfect car by any means. Say what's up to the boy. Another thing, this thing is on a 410 limited slip differential. Jesus, I can't hear myself, so I'm cruising a higher gear. The 410 differential is very quick, and it does help the turbo spool up a little bit better. The one thing is that coming out of corners while I'm racing, the turbo does seem to take a little bit, not a long, but that's more of a driver error more than anything else. Since I am learning how to drive a turbo car and coming out of corners and racing and whatnot, it's been a little bit of an experience to learn how to get that boost on the mat to come out of corner. So there we go, first gear. That wasn't even pushing it, it's just very loud.
go, smiles per gallons right there, as she makes all the fun turbo noises. That wasn't even a boost, so that's what I'm saying. It does take a little bit longer, but again, it's more of a driver thing than it is anything else. Since I'm learning how to, you know, get on the boost, it's a little bit of a big turbo for the car, but it is enough to make the right amount of power that we're looking for, making the 300 to 500 horsepower, which I really don't think we are going to go for 500, because it just seems very excessive for such a small, lightweight, nimble car. Get some nice pops on the shift. That was about 2 pounds right there. Streets, you can hear how aggressive the 410 is and how the motor seems to just wake up. Well, I wouldn't say about right away. It looks like 3.5 grand is what I'm looking at for spooling. So it can be something that I need to learn at the track, just so I can get myself to be able to light up the turbo a lot quicker when I need it to. But I have no complaints about the car. A little bit of a sloppy steering, given that it's an OEM steer rack from BMW, back from the 80s. See a little bit of slop here. Like you can see that there's like an inch or two of play before I really get anything responsiveness from the wheels. And then coming up to this corner, RX-7 brakes feel good. They're not the best. But they do feel a lot more responsive than the OEM e30 calipers. Flip around this camera. Now what I do want to mention is that the RX-7 brakes do feel pretty good. They do lack a little bit, mainly because of the pads. The pads I should replace anyways. But backed up with the upgraded booster and a master cylinder, yeah, this thing definitely bites it. All the right turbo noises. Oh yeah. How can you not smile? Like how can you not love it? A little early shift there, just so I can keep talking. My shifter is pretty sloppy. It's all OEM stuff. It hasn't been addressed yet. I do want to get like a cooler work style of shifter. As far as the transmission goes, very mechanical transmission. It feels very like you have to give it a little good oomph to get in there. And given that you know how to rev match a little bit, it's easier to get into your next gear. So I mean, there's not much more to add to the e30, man. It's a fun ride for what I've spent on it. How can you not love that? A little bit after 3.5 grand, it'll start to wake up. Oh yeah. Yeah, so 3,500 with the GT3582 max speed rods turbo seems to be the point where the e30 will spool up the turbo. Considering that this thing redlines at about 6,500, you're about halfway there when the turbo wants to start spooling and getting quick. Anything before that, it just kind of feels like a death pedal. Obviously, the e30 out of the factory made what? Sub 200 horsepower. 180 or whatever. So you do get that sloppy NA feeling from the down lower portion, but that 410 does seem to make up for the slack it has. If I get any better at driving, I'll learn how to keep it in that 3.5 even at corners and slaloms and whatnot, just so I can keep that turbo fresh, ready to boost up the spool.
Summarize it, it's been a fun project, man. It's absolutely been worth the headaches, all the long nights of trying to do research, and you know, spending most of my time, and you know, being in the cold, rolling around in the ice in November, December, trying to get this thing on the road. This might be a few videos that I've posted, but this has been a very long time coming. This has been a car that I've only dreamed of having as a 20-year-old, if you believe any of it. I had a dream board, and on the dream board I did have this bronze wide body E30, and for it to actually come into fruition now and to be here in my hands is it's kind of an unreal feeling. And I'm reminded of the long days that I had even working and trying to make these paychecks so I can afford the next thing. It's a feeling that hasn't been like really processed yet, but every time I drive the car, it's the excitement of being able to shift, to roll the gears. It's when I pull up to the autocross events, and when people get kind of mesmerized by what they're looking at, they're like, what is this, man? This concoction of a car that you have built. Obviously it's a BMW. It's I had a lady from Germany look at my Sudak Bayern logo that I have in the front, and she smiled ear to ear. It's just such a throwback to me, like the Sudak Bayern logo on it, the BMW, like the whole thing about it. She was smiling ear to ear, and she just could not get enough of it. She took so many pictures, and she absolutely loved the car. Just a feeling of always have wanted a turbo E30 and not getting it done because I had to sell it to start a trucking company, or to sell a build because I wanted something bigger for myself and for my family, trying to see the future for us. And now that I have it, it's a feeling that hasn't settled in yet. It's been months that I've had the car, and it's been a little bit less longer since since I've been driving it. I recommend it. I think that if you're a BMW guy and you want something classic that is awesome to drive, that is such a fun chassis, given that the E36 is probably a better racing chassis, something that is absolutely fun because of like how dumb it is. Like I can't describe the feeling. Drive an E30 and just seriously let me know what you think. I love the E30 so much, and I mean, as you can even tell by my E30 tattoo, man, it's ride or die for me in E30s. But I'd like to know what you think about E30s in general, about my build. Please leave a comment down below, and thank you for watching this video. It's awesome to make videos about a project finally being done. So if you sticked around this long, thank you very much. If you enjoy the content that I am putting out, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Again, we're only sub 200 strong at the moment, but someday soon we're going to be up there, and we're going to be swinging above our weight class, and eventually I will give it back to the community that I am trying to build. So again, thank you very much for staying with me. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. And again, I'll see you next time on the next build. Peace out. Have a good one.